Hey guys, it's Joel of Paintball. Today we have a special product highlight. This is the Dye Slaps ASA from Dye Paintball, and it is intended for any style of DSR style marker. So with that said, guys, we are going to do a quick installation video for you guys and show you guys what is new with the Slaps ASA. So stay tuned. As always, like and subscribe. We'll see you guys soon. Alrighty guys, so we've got Doug in the background, Doug, and we are here with the Slaps ASA. It's about time. I'm super excited for this because this is going to be probably one of the most popular upgrades that Dye offers for their DSR platform marker. So this is going to fit any style DSR, so the DSR Original, the DSR Plus, and the new DSR Pro. We've got our Nike Off-White DSR Pro here, and we've got a used DSR Plus that we are going to install this on. So it comes in this nice packaging. We're going to open it up. It is kind of a hefty. Doug, what do you think about the price point on these things there? I think they're $130.
All that for an ASA?
All that for an ASA, but you do get the reg included. I think that's part of the reason why it's
is the reg any different, any better, or is it just
no?
It's just reg in case you lost one.
Yeah, it's just the.
Okay, here. If I needed to, say like I install that as is, use it for 2 years. The reg for whatever reason on this one goes, but then you still have the reg on the old one. Can you put the reg from the old one onto the ASA? Of the Slaps?
That's a good question.
That's what would make it worth it for me, because then I actually have a spare reg.
2 regs.
Right. If not, then I'm going to say that price is poopy. But
that's a good point. Yeah, that's fair. All right. So we are going to install it on this DSR Plus that we've got. That's a used marker. So first thing that you got to do with these guys is you are going to get in here and tighten that most forward screw. We're going to loosen that off, and that's just the retaining screw for the grips. We're going to set that to the side, and we are going to do the same thing for the other side. The other holes on the other side of the grips there that you saw were for the pre-travel and the post-travel of the triggers, so you obviously don't want to be messing with that. Otherwise you could potentially cause an issue with your trigger not activating the micro switch and then wondering what's going on. And of course, dump the screw in there, so I'm just going to turn that upside down. And then this is the fun part, is popping this off, which I found that if you grab up here and kind of pull, and then on this side of things, it should just click off. So there's some plastic tabs there to get your grips off. Obviously, if you own a DSR platform marker, you probably already know all that, but if you've got a brand new DSR Pro, then you might not know that. So we're going to size up on our Allen keys 1, and we are going to unscrew.
Any speculation on what size Allen key that is?
That is hang on a second. So 5/64 for this is the 5/64 for the grips, and a 3/32 for the reg. Okay, so there's one on each side retaining here. You're just going to remove both of those, and then your ASA is simply going to just pull out.
Nice.
And we are going to side by side these. They are different, Doug.
Here, hold them like up a little bit more.
They are different, unfortunately.
Wow. Okay.
Yep.
So then here, a video idea, some performance differences possibly, right, for the other reg?
I mean, maybe. I mean, you would assume not, but actually, one second here before we pop this in, I am kind of curious. Try and get this lube off my finger real quick here. I am kind of curious, just taking this reg out real quick. If you don't know, there is a hex on the top of that, so you can just remove your reg body. And reg spring and piston, that looks like the IM kit. And so, I mean, from my side of things, when I look at this, I go that it's basically it's just IM Pro Kit style reg.
Okay.
But just slightly different as far as the style goes.
And this marker already had the IM Pro kit installed?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, it did. So if I took this apart, the way that you can tell on these is this red reg faceplate that's right there.
Okay.
It's a good way of telling. All right, so I'm just gonna throw a little bit more lube on there. The top of the reg assembly looked like it was dry, but the reg piston inside there looked like it was good. And we are going to screw that back in there all the way. And I'm going to tighten it down with my Allen key here. And
a little more lube.
A little bit of lube.
So you kind of just leave a little bit of lube on your finger to work with as you work your way through the reg.
That's the style, baby, right there. That's how we do things. All right, so as you guys could see, that was very simple. And then it just pops in like that, you know. And then really, all you're going to do is you're just going to simply tighten your screws back down. And applying lube to that top O-ring on the reg body is important, if you ask me. I've seen quite a few times where guys are like, I've got a small leak coming from my reg on my DSR. And most of the time what we find is it's that O-ring either is worn from taking it apart, or it's just dry, and throwing some lube on it helps with potential leaking issues. All right, guys, so very simple on the Slaps ASA there, and it is definitely that MXR style slaps. So the biggest problem with the original Slaps ASA that came with the M3 Plus was over time it would get worn, and when it would get worn, it would actually basically come, you would disengage the air one day and it would actually like shoot out, and the ASA pin would shoot out, the knob would come off, and they have fixed that issue with this now. So that is a good thing, because this is my favorite ASA on the market.
It even just looks more sleek too. It looks good.
Yeah, it does. And then I'm just gonna pop my screws back in for my grips, and we are going to be done. And then the only thing other to mention for you guys that are installing this on your DSR style marker is you are going to probably want to completely take your, whoops, trying to find the threads there.
And guys, total roll time on this camera right now is less than 8 minutes, and that's with us talking and doing an intro and doing all this. I mean, this is a quick job to get this swapped out, which is great.
Yeah, honestly, the biggest thing is just the getting the grips off. Honestly, is the hardest part.
Yeah, it's see it. But yeah, so price point, you said $130.
Check me real quick, Doug. I forget, to be 100% honest with you.
Is it listed as the Dye Slaps ASA?
You can just simply go to punisherspb.com and go to new arrivals. And it's right there, Doug. As you guys can tell with my slippery hands and my fat fingers, this is the most difficult part of things. How much?
All right, so scrolling through and looking. Okay, $134.95.
Okay, so $135.
So
it's what everyone's been asking for, and I think they probably could have saved some money by not including the reg, but it is different, right? So,
right, so maybe they had to.
From a style perspective, they kind of just trying to pop that grip back into play. All right, there you guys have it. That's the installation. Super streamlined, and I really like, I grip my gun low, and this is a game changer for me when it comes to the way that it feels when I'm holding it. And this MXR style ASA, basically meaning it's the Slap 2 ASA instead of the original Slap ASA. They got rid of all the issues with it. So out of all the MXRs that we've seen come through the store so far, both new and used, I have yet to see an ASA fail on the MXR, which is very promising. So definitely a great upgrade for your DSR. All right, guys, so there you have it. That is the Dye DSR Slap 2 ASA. Like I said, $134.95. Great upgrade for your ASA. Definitely beats the regular ASA on it.
Question for the people.
Yes.
How many editions of the DSR can this fit on? Can it do the original, the Plus, the Pro?
Correct. DSR, DSR Plus, DSR Pro.
All right, you can retrofit or full.
You can retrofit all the way back, yep. And like I said, the last thing I'd like to mention is your velocity adjustment screw here. you're going to want to probably bring that not all the way in, but you're going to want to bring that in a few turns, air the marker up, and then re-chrono and bring it back out. Okay, and the reason I say that is simply because I don't know if it's going to overpressurize the solenoid straight out the box. So, but you don't want to screw it all the way in, because you'll send the reg piston into the reg seat and you'll have a whole issue. So simply like probably 2-3 screws in, and you guys will be good as far as getting that velocity adjustment screw, and then just back it out and chrono it at your local field or in your backyard, whatever the case may be. So there you guys have it. That is the Slap 2 ASA from Dye Paintball for your DSR platform marker. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys with the next one.